Ellie De La Cruz leading off fly to deep right first time up. Big rip. And it's 1-1.
That's where they used to get him, and tried early in his career with this guy. He likes to chase that high fastball. And he just swung through one there.
Oh man, that was a nice curveball off that high heater. 1-2. Back to center. Cut off by Halpin. De La Cruz going for 2. Here's the throw in plenty of time, and they got him. Down 4. A rather careless mistake by De La Cruz.
I mean, he cut the ball off. Halpin did beautifully. And then why he rounded first base to continue, he had time to stop. But you down 4 runs, you don't want to get thrown out at second. You're the leadoff hitter. A good throw, boom, you get him. He picked it up. He was just going to try and beat the throw, and he did not.
Great job by Petey Halpin to make a good, strong, accurate throw. And look, this is something that Tito, I know, coming into the year, going back to last year, he said we can't be too aggressive. He loves aggressive base running. That was one of the hallmarks during his time in Cleveland. First to third, second home, trying to take the extra base when the situation warrants it. But De La Cruz, sometimes he's just too aggressive.
Yeah, you've got to know that as a player. That's first base coach certainly isn't going to tell you to go. It's your job to pick it up and make the judgment, and he made the wrong one.
Sal Stewart walked his first time up. Had a heck of an at-bat. Left center, hit a long way. Back is Halpin. Going to watch this one leave the yard. Into the bullpen it goes for Cincinnati. His 22nd homer of the year. And he gets the Reds on the board. And now how big is that mistake by De La Cruz?
Well, he had a very good at-bat in his first at-bat, if you recall. He ended up walking. And come back now, and he hit this one into the bullpen, and it went a long way. So that's number 22 for Stewart, and he gets him on the board. It's now a 4-1 ball game.
J.J. Bleday takes a backdoor slider for strike 1.
He wanted the challenge. I think it was a little too late.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out with a really good changeup. That's the first strikeout for Cecconi. 2 down here in the third.
Well, that pitch located beautifully there, down in the zone, got him to swing over the top of it.
And now Eugenio Suarez, who flied to right his first time up. These two teams came into today with identical team batting averages of .230, tied for dead last in all of baseball. But Cincinnati has out-homered Cleveland by 33 on the year. That's the big difference in the two offenses. And for all of that, Cincinnati has averaged 4.15 runs per game, Cleveland 3.93. Where Cincinnati has really faltered is what we saw in the second inning. Yes, they can hit the homer, third most in the National League, but they can't hit with runners on base. They cannot hit with runners in scoring position. They had back-to-back singles in the second and then 2 weak fly ball outs. They can't put the big crooked number up without hitting the ball over the fence, and that's a hard way to survive.
It sure it is. I mean, that's why you can't make mistakes on the bases and get thrown out like you know, De La Cruz did. You got to, especially leading off an inning. 50% of their runs score off the long ball, which is the most of anybody in baseball.
Cecconi strikes him out with a good high fastball. Back-to-back Ks ends the third. It's 4-1 Cleveland through 3 in the Natty.
Listen to the heart.
Well, a ballpark pass presented by Planet Fitness is now on sale for August. You can get a standing room only ticket to 14 August home games for just $59. That includes games with the Mets, the Padres, Kate Smith bobblehead giveaway. Lock in your ballpark pass, CLEGuardians.com.
Chase Burns just over 70 pitches on the afternoon, starts the fourth inning. Guardians have made him work hard. He was over. He was able to retire Jose Ramirez and Chase DeLauder to get out of trouble. Angel chases another one there, and he strikes out for the second time. A word now from Wayside Furniture.
If you or someone you know is expecting, check out Wayside Furniture's free crib program. Learn more at wayside-furniture.com.
Here comes Patrick Bailey. He fouled out to the catcher his first time up. Cleveland, if you think about it, very fortunate that they were able to jump Chase Burns in that first inning, because so often the case with a good starting pitcher, get him early. Don't let him settle in. Kyle Manzardo got a second chance, and he made him pay. Bailey trying to plug the gap in right center, but it's run down by Blade, the right fielder, 2 away. Originally, Manzardo was ruled to have been hit by a pitch, which would have given Cleveland a 1-0 lead. But then that call was overturned after Tito challenged it, and then he hit a grand slam to make it 4-0.
We were a little surprised that they did overturn that, because it was really hard to tell.
Petey Halpin singled to right his first time up. You can see why Cincinnati was quick to sign Chase Burns to a lengthy contract extension earlier this month. 7 years, in excess of $100 million. The center fielder Myers tracks it down. 5 straight retired by Burns. Midway through the fourth, 4-1 Cleveland.
See the Guardians fee-free. You can purchase a ticket to see the Guardians take on the D-backs or Mets and pay 0 ticketing fees. It includes tickets to Kate Smith Bobblehead Day, Dollar Dog Night, Kids Fun Day. It runs through July 30th at midnight. You can get your tickets, CLEGuardians.com.
Nathaniel Lowe leads off for the Reds here in the home half of the fourth inning. Hit hard and down into the right field corner.
That'll be his 14th double. He goes down and gets that. He's always swung the bat well against us. He goes line to line. He'll go right field line, left field line. It doesn't matter. He
runs. He's got to start thinking it's got to be how your team is built, right? You got to have different types of hitters, and not just power hitters per se. Because Archie reminds me a little bit of when we watch Seattle play sometimes, and some of the other teams that can bop the ball, but they can't play small ball.
Yeah, well, this is like, you got to have a combination where you can, you know, certain guys can hit the long ball, other guys have to set the table. Another guy's got to do the working.
That curveball's working well today, but it almost got in there and hit some of us just there on that last one. But it seems like a pitch that they like right now because he's getting it inside with good movement.
Well, this is a good example. You get the leadoff double. Now you want to see if they can move him and get him in, because you could cut the lead in half in this inning. And that's something that the Guardians are going to have to work on, add on from a big 4-run first inning and take some of that momentum away. You can see it's all been like the sinker, the four-seamer, and the cutter. You know, he's got 10 curveballs, 3 changeups, 3 sliders.
Got him looking. And a challenge coming from the hitter.
Strike the batter's challenge.
Tyler Stevenson. And it ABS powered by T-Mobile. And that ball is a little bit outside.
Calls over 2.
All right, he stays in the box. Just see, he wants to make sure what the count is, because they had 0-0 in the board. So, I know it's been a tough day already.
They're consistent though.
Slows it down and he yanks it to left. Fair ball just inside the chalk. May have kicked up a little bit of that chalk as it went down the left field line. Cincinnati has cut the lead in half. It's now 4-2 on back-to-back doubles to open the fourth.
Yeah, that went from a strikeout to a double in a hurry. And he hung the break. He hung the breaking ball here. That's the curveball. Stayed inside, turns it, and pulls it down the line, and it just stays inside the line. So that'll be the 14th double for Stevenson. They cut the lead in half.
Well, that's what has been holding Cincinnati back this year. Their .215 batting average with runners in scoring position, and a .219 batting average with just runners on base, which keeps you from keeping a rally alive, keeps you from, you know, pulling it open, having that big inning. If that .219 batting average with runners on base holds, that would be Cincinnati's worst in the last 50 seasons.
Yeah. Well, that's something they do not want to happen. That's why I think Carl's slowing it down. Give me an opportunity to wish some happy birthdays. Jim Parker, 79, from Erie, Pennsylvania. Happy birthday to you. Kayla Zimmer is 83 from Worcester, and sister Madeline Lammermeyer, a nun for 80 years at St. Joseph in Cleveland. Very special happy birthday to you.
I remember when we saw him last at bat, they got strikes on him inside, but they left the heater over the middle of the plate.
Yeah, they made a mistake in that last at bat on him. Breaking ball out over the plate. Didn't cost him anything, but he was able to get the last 2 outs. But you got to force him to, don't give him anything to hit to the right side to move that runner.
With Gavin Williams scheduled to pitch game 2 of this doubleheader, Stephen Vogt will not hesitate to go to his bullpen early, trying to end this season-long 5-game losing streak. Tim Herron is getting loose for Cleveland. A slow topper to short. Rocchio on the run. 1 down.
That brings up Edwin Arroyo, who is flying to left. Ramirez remains on the grass at third, off the line a bit more, and a miss. Cecconi wants a new baseball. You can feel some of the tension for Cleveland right now. Reds have a chance. Fouled away by Arroyo. Trying to knife all the more into this deficit and get into the Cleveland pen in the 4th inning. The curveball has not been the most competitive pitch. I feel like the hitters have seen it pretty well. To second base by the backhand dive of Pizzana. Wave is on at third. Stevenson coming in. He scores. Arroyo drives him home. And it's a 1-run game. It's 4-3.
You talked about Cecconi and the breaking ball. So you figure he's going to probably try to compete with something he has confidence in, and that would be the heater. He gets a heater down and in and drives it up the middle.
TJ Friedl saw one pitch first time. He flied to right. Well, it feels like the Reds have Cecconi on the ropes. Herron by now is ready. I would imagine the plan is to use him to turn De La Cruz around, which might be walking right into the Reds' preference because Ellie has smashed left-handed pitching this year.
Well, once again, everyone has the information out there. There's no sneaking up with Ellie De La Cruz and the success he's had from the right-hand side. It's called pick your poison.
Popped up. Bailey did not know where it was. It's in the seats anyway. Arroyo got a peek from Cecconi. Popped up. Rocchio. Popped up. Rocchio. On base. And Ellie, the go-ahead run, about to stand in. Pitch. Base. And Ellie, the go-ahead run, about to stand in. Pitching change for Cleveland. Now the Reds are within one. Man on, 2 down. Elly De La Cruz will turn around and bat strong side right against lefty Tim Herrin.
Like the sound of that strong side right for Elly De La Cruz. Tim Herrin, 6'6", 230. He does throw the curveball on the slider. He likes to work on the inside part of the plate. Occasional backdoor curveball. His number out of the pen. So with a guy like this, you're looking for a particular pitch or in a zone. I'm saying I'm looking in. That's where he likes to work.
Skyline Chili call to the bullpen. First pitch, way wide, snap throw down. Arroyo dives in. Elly this year is still, as he's always been, a very good hitter left-handed. But what was his weak right side is now his incredibly dominant side. Average, on base, slug, all spike up. Chopped up the middle. In between, backhand, no play. Bazzana seemed to believe Rocchio would go for it. Rocchio thought Bazzana would go for it, and the Reds have 2 on.
Well, they were in such a drastic pull position. This is obviously Bazzana's ball. He's right there. But he's thinking, well, we can get the short way. You got Elly De La Cruz running, so we can go short way to second base, because this is going to be a tough play if I go get it with Elly De La Cruz running. I'm going to tell you, the speed of Elly De La Cruz changes everything in the game.
Scored a base hit. Now Sal Stewart, who has walked and homered, tying run in scoring position. He is the Reds' best run producer. And this is what having De La Cruz and Stewart back-to-back can do. A lot of teams over the years have elected top of the order, bring in a lefty. That's when Friedel was the leadoff guy. Elly was batting 2 or 3. Now the lefty has to face Stewart as well. That's driven down the right field side, but foul. Crushed. Stewart's home run his last time is 22nd of the year. Second most by a Reds rookie before August in franchise history. Frank Robinson had 24 before August in 1956. That's the company Stewart's keeping. 2-1. Fights off the slider.
Top hand power. Sal Stewart. Fastball at the top of the zone. Don't make a mistake up there. He'll make you pay.
Full count.
Yeah, you can see Tim Herrin trying to throw that backdoor breaking ball. That's what he has done. First couple of pitches to Elly De La Cruz missed wide. First one, but second one was another backdoor breaking ball, trying to do the same here with Sal Stewart.
The left-handed Blade on deck. How competitive a pitch will Herrin offer to Stewart? Runners go. That is ripped and made contact, it seemed, with Arroyo. Arroyo around third. He scores. De La Cruz coming home. He's safe. Stewart sizzle one right in front of Arroyo, and he drives in 2 for Cincinnati to take its first lead. It's 5-4 Reds.
Well, great hitting once again by Sal Stewart. You decide to throw him a strike, and he puts another ball in play. But watch Elly De La Cruz. He's got a running start, and then he just turns on the Jets. He is absolutely low flying. No play at the plate. You score from first base on a single. You talk about the value and what he brings to the yard. That kid is an amazing player and makes a tremendous difference, impact on the game.
1-0 on Blade, who was flied out, struck out. Runner off. Good jump by Stewart. Bailey muffs the transfer and throw. And Stewart swipes second.
Really nice job, just basically going on first move. Patrick Bailey's pretty good behind the dish. Sees the jump that Sal Stewart has and tries to be a little too quick.
Bounce to second. Bazzana. Well, the Reds have roared back. They take a 5-4 lead.
And you think about it, this all happens because of a base hit that was not made by Bazzana when Elly De La Cruz hits the ball up the middle, and the offense just kept going and kept going, being aggressive and putting pressure on the defense.
The new facility looks great.
Fourth time out of the break, multiple ribbies in a game from Sal Stewart. He's knocked in 3 today. The last 2 have made for the first Reds lead of the game. They have come back from down 4-0 to have a 5-4 lead. Elly De La Cruz got in with that go-ahead run. Stephen Kwan watches the strike from Chase Burns. Kwan a base hit and a steal his last time. He has the highest on base in the game this month. He's at nearly 500. And now the buoy for Burns, who is just south of 80 pitches. All 4 runs are unearned. If he can find a way to at least get through this inning, be in line for a win. Swing and a miss gathered by Stevenson. Our Jake Sweeney Kia pitch tracks.
Swing mode from Stephen Kwan, who doesn't swing in many bad pitches, but this ball down in the dirt. Understanding the swing of the game, the momentum certainly going the Guardians' way early. But you get to the starting pitching, get into the bullpen, the offense wakes up.
That's scalded to right by Ramirez. Handled by Blade. Ramirez a wide berth, holds.
Pitch up in the zone, fastball down to 95 miles an hour from Chase Burns. Get out of this inning, get yourself a win, young man.
Now DeLauder, who's reached on error and grounded out. Ramirez takes off, good jump, trouble on the transfer. Team leading 25th steal for Ramirez.
You asked why Jose Ramirez did not go for a rehab stint in the minor leagues. It's because he can impact the game at the big league level if he's 100% or not. You need this kind of leadership. What's going on with Cleveland, the way that this game has seesawed.
Takes off again, pitch called a strike, throw down. Another steal, back-to-back swipes.
A down year offensively, hitting about 230. But what a leader does is he leads. This is what leadership looks like. Just gave up the lead. Team's kind of down. And here he puts himself in scoring position.
First game with multiple steals since mid-May. Infield cheats in. 1-1. Blocked by Stevenson. Now Ramirez had been dormant since rejoining the team. He's broken out in a big way today. He's one of the best in the game.
Yeah.
Sent to left. Friedel fading back. Ramirez tagging up. Catch made. Sac fly RBI. It's tied.
That is Jose Ramirez, folks. That's what a leader looks like.
It's now Bazzana, who has walked twice. He's also been caught stealing. Appeal, no go. Might have broken his bat. Bazzana gives it a look, taps it on the dirt. Yep, he needs a new one. Brief word now from Big Sandy Superstore.
This summer, sleep cooler for less at Big Sandy Superstore. Your headquarters for luxury mattresses. Big Sandy Superstore.
Stevenson handles the ball in the dirt.
I don't recall seeing that many misses down, spiked balls way in front of the plate from Chase Burns.
I think the Reds would love to see him pitch through the season, but there's not a firm innings number, but you just have to watch what's happening, right?
Yes, for sure.
Bounced back beyond Burns. De La Cruz. He gives the Reds 5 today. Cleveland ties it. It's 5-all. Reds due up in the home fifth. along his fellow fiery young star, Chase Burns, highly competitive. And it looks like while we were away, he is done for the day. I love the depth of care that young man has. I love how much he wants it.
100% expect that.
Deeper into the Cleveland pen, it's Franco Aleman.
Little different look from Aleman. He's a right-hander. He kind of curls up there, and it's a slinging delivery to the plate. He's had a lot of success majority of the year in AAA Columbus. How about a .32 ERA? He was used mostly as a closer.
Pumps a strike to Suarez, who is lined out, struck out.
That's nasty.
Swing and a miss.
A little Louis Tiant in that right there. Aleman from Cuba. Little turn at the top of the delivery, showing his back to the hitter, and then that slider. Not great location, but a little deception with that back turn.
Misses to Nathaniel Lowe, who doubled and scored. He started the 4-run fourth. He has seen Cleveland a lot, his extended American League time, mostly with Texas, some with Boston. Cleveland is the club that, by average, he has hit the best. It's an almost .350 lifetime against the Cleveland Guardians, and that's well over 100 at-bats, over 130 plate appearances. That's a lot of head-to-head time. By the way, he does have 13 career triples and had 3 last year.
Athlete. Speed.
2-2. Brock Burke is up in the Reds pen. Swing and miss. Yeah, I'm seeing it, man. That little hitch that he has coming home. Back-to-back strikeouts.
Yeah, it's not as drastic as a Louis Tiant, but certainly that back being turned adds some deception. Oh, 96, slinging it. That works too, but you want to try to see it as early as possible, and you just can't when he turns his back like that.
Ball 1 to Tyler Stevenson, 2 for 2. Ribby doubled his last time. Came around. That was after he had challenged a pitch. And then a hanging breaker. He took just fair down the left field line. Snaps in for a strike. Now Stevenson, who was in the 170s in later May, is up to a season high .250 average on the year.
He's been on a roll, that's for sure.
Swung through, he strikes out the side.
We feared the worst with Spencer Steer. Here's the awkward swing in St. Louis. It is a wrist injury. He's put on the injured list, and it's a partial tear according to Steer in there. They hope that with some rest that it will heal on its own since a partial tear. He does have the option of surgery that would end his season. So right now it's up in the air. He is set to get a second opinion and go to a hand and wrist specialist later on this week.
That's some tough news. We hope the best for Spence in his recovery. Brock Burke is the first out of the Reds pen today.
About 24 appearances here at Great American Ballpark this year and a 1.09 ERA. Pretty daggone good.
He's pitched a lot. Rocchio is fly to center, line to center. So he's among the many switch hitters that will turn around while Burke is out there, or any other lefty. Swing and miss. And Suarez backs up at third. And there were stretches this year I thought Steer has hit as well as he has in the big leagues, and stretches for 2 months at a time. That's driven to right center. Down for a hit, handled on a hop by Blade. Good turn and throw in that holds Rocchio to 1.
Yeah, I think offensively with Spence, there have been some really good streaks. But I feel like his true value is his ability to play multiple positions and play them well. And, obviously Terry Francona, I've seen him at all places. I think he certainly makes an impact at first base. We've seen him in second. We've seen him in left field. We've seen him in right field.
Manzardo double play ball to Arroyo. Feed to De La Cruz on the first double play.
Pitcher's best friend. Induce the ground ball with a runner on base. Easy 4-6-3.
Switch hitting Angel Martinez, who has struck out twice, once looking, once swinging. And I think it's impossible to quantify, but should not be overlooked, the presence that Steer has as a person and as a teammate. He's one of the most level guys that you'll come across. To first base, handled by Stewart. Scoreless inning from Burke. Spend your Saturday night at the ballpark this weekend. Reds face the Pirates. Fans in attendance get a Terry Francona bobblehead thanks to Alta Fiber while supplies last. Secure your seats now. Reds.com/tickets. Reds and Guardians tied at 5. Game 1 of a twin bill. Bottom third for the Reds. Dane Myers. Strike 1. Myers has singled and grounded out. Franco Aleman has a lot of funk in a delivery with a very high-end arm.
Well, the talk in the dugout of the hitters that saw him an inning ago, they said it's fine once it comes out of his hand, but it's getting to that point, and by the time they do pick it up because of the deception, there were some awkward swings an inning ago. But there's a lot of discussion about that extra hitch in the giddy up right there.
Yeah, you want to see the ball as soon as possible. Remember, he's also 6'6". So when he turns his arm, and then by the time he uncoils, that ball is way down that mound. You want to try to see it early, but when he has it behind his body, it's tough. Get swings like that.
He has struck out all 4 Reds he has faced so far.
And here it is. Can't pick it up yet. Oh, there it is. Oh, and it's 96, 97 out of his hand.
It's like a quadruple whammy. He's closed, he spins, he hesitates, he's tall.
It's a problem.
Yeah, coiled is a good way to put it.
Yeah, it's coiled, no doubt. And here comes 97. It's a very uncomfortable at bat. I would assume if he continues to pitch like this, you will see him much more at the end of ball games to try to lock it down.
ABS powered by T-Mobile.
No, you're good. Overturn.
Yeah, when I think of men with similar types of deception, I think of Nestor Cortez, former Yankee, Brewer, well, Johnny Cueto.
Yeah. Yep, Johnny Cueto.
He would have the even more exaggerated, uneven leg wobble holding it.
He would.
It's a first foul. Arroyo RBI hit, scored a run in the 4th. There's action in both pens. Pierce Johnson up for the Reds. Colin Holderman for Cleveland. Looking, but ABS powered by T-Mobile.
Calls a strike, and the batter is challenging.
It is a strike.
Calls overturned. Cincinnati has 1 challenge remaining.
I don't remember Arroyo using ABS much, and I think that speaks more to the deception of Aleman.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I can't ever recall him challenging. Even in the minor leagues when I saw him down there.
Mm-hmm. So you got to watch multiple minor league games with this system. Is it used as frequently as the bigs? More?
It's about the same.
Yeah?
Yeah. Game doesn't really change, you know. Close pitches are always questioned. And there's a lot of them at every level.
Cincinnati Reds baseball is presented by Jake Swing Kia. Drive smart, spend less. By UC Health. Expect more at uchealth.com. And by Bet365, where winning is everything. Flying on by the Reds Hall of Fame at Great American Ballpark. Pierce Johnson is in for the Red Wings.
We last saw Pierce at St. Louis. He pitched an inning, only 16 pitches, numbers on the season.
To second, Arroyo. Patrick Bailey grounds out. And now Petey Halpin, who has singled, flying to center. He's 1 for 2. Wide at first. Chase Burns today gave the Reds 5 innings yet again. He's done so in all 20 starts this year. The last time a pitcher 23 or younger began a year with 20 straight outings of 5 or more innings. Jose Fernandez, 2016. He was an all-star that year. Of course, tragically lost his life September of that year. Former Rookie of the Year.
He was a heck of a pitcher.
And only one of the runs earned on Burns, who lowered his ERA today to 2.40.
You know, that's what you expect from your all-star. There was a mistake made after a few guys get on base, and he just stays right there. He gave up 4 runs in that first inning, and he locked it down. Gave himself a chance, and more importantly, gave this team a chance by just keeping the offense there until they scored again in the 5th inning. It was Jose Ramirez still in second and third, and sacrifice fly. That's what you expect from a highly competitive all-star, and he's so young. Once again, I feel like the future is so bright for the organization because of guys like that, like Chase Burns, guys like Sal Stewart, Ellie De La Cruz.
Part of the core of Terry Francona's club. Stephen Kwan is singled. He's 1 for 3. Does have a steal. Three and 0. Jose Ramirez on deck. Suarez backs up at third. Kwan is the guardian Johnson has seen the most. Kwan is 0 for 4 against Pierce Johnson lifetime. Looking. Rallies from 3-0 for the K. Top of the order at 1-1-2. Due up. Ellie De La Cruz, Sal Stewart. A huge part of the Reds offense on the year and this afternoon.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Cincinnati Reds and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Cincinnati Reds.
All even. Reds and Guardians tied at 5. Ellie De La Cruz. Base hit on each side of the plate. Our Kia player profile is 55th career game to do so. 4th most by a Red going back to 1911. Pete Rose, Ron Oster, and Dimitri Young in front of him. New man on the mound is Colin Holderman.
Another tall righty. Holderman is more of a 3/4, not as
Strike, the batter's challenging.
deceptive as Franco Aleman, but still from the side. He's had a great season so far.
Call's overturned.
That is a ball. Aleman, by the way, 5 strikeouts, a new career high over 2 perfect innings. He was a tough matchup.
Yes.
Down and in. Swung through, strike 3. Well, Sal Stewart's had a huge game. Was it born earlier today, visualizing a little before noon?
You know, John, you think about what makes you successful as a hitter, and what makes you successful is staying square to the plate. Visualization and understanding position is so critically important. Sal Stewart working on that before the game, and then during the game he executes on his thoughts. He has done that consistently this year. Great hitters don't just work to hit. They work to get in position to hit. And that's exactly what Sal Stewart was working on before the game today.
Time called by Stewart. Up and in.
Choking up quite a bit with 2 strikes, more than I've seen.
Yeah, I think that says something about how he's maybe not picking up that ball so well against Holderman. I don't think I've seen Sal that far up the handle at all.
I haven't either.
Can he find a way to get on here? No Red has reached since Stewart drove in 2, singled in front of Arroyo. Gave the Reds a then 5-4 lead in the 4th. Good take. Appeal confirms he did not go.
That right there was not a good take, but it was good that he did not swing. And Sal would tell you that's not how I want to take pitches right here. I lose my balance. I'm out in front. If that was a strike, I couldn't have hit it. But definitely good that he took it.
It's a short, tough play. Sliding backhand, pop up. Rocchio got it there.
Wow. Outstanding play by Brian Rocchio at shortstop. And got to get to the ball. You lose your balance a little bit, and then you pop up right away and say, first baseman, now it's time for you to make a play. Just give it to him and let him make a play, and he does. Nice on both sides.
Only Bobby Witt Jr. rates better among shortstops at outs above average than Rocchio. Missed to Blade, who's 0 for 3. Sam Mullen is up in the Reds pen. Blade drives to center field. Halpin in steep retreat. Long fly ball out.
That's sort.
It's Skyline time at Great American Ballpark. Join the Reds Thursday. They take on the Pirates. You can purchase a special ticket package. It includes an exclusive Reds and Skyline Chili co-branded cap. Get tickets now, reds.com/specials. These are the lids that you can get.
That's a lid right there.
All the way?
I don't see you switching it out for your regular hat you got going on.
I'll do it right now. Please hold. Strike one. Strike one from new man on the mound, Sam Maul.
So you're going to tell me that the Skyline hat replaces the City Connect 2.0?
I mean, they're friends. It's not a replacement. It's not an either or.
Okay.
I can go every inning. You know?
All right. That's just your ride or die hat right here.
I do.
That's your ride or die hat right here.
And I love this hat. I can love both hats.
You can.
I got love.
You can do that.
Yeah. Skyline and the Reds just kind of goes together.
By the way, we had a little lunch today. And the genius. See, look at the genius.
It's going backward, Ken.
The genius with it backwards. Absolutely.
Here, pop back a little bit, Joel. Yeah.
There he is.
A little low rider.
Yeah. Ken Griffey Jr. style. He's a Skyline fan.
How did he go with his Skyline?
I think he went 4-way. Of course, cheese coney without onions, of course.
A different flavor on the Cubs side. I'll forgive that transgression for now. No doubles at third from Suarez. Bounced right to him. Ramirez running hard, just bested to the bag.
It's one of the many reasons why I love to watch Jose Ramirez play. Regardless of what's going on with the team, there's always seems to be a sense of urgency and hustle from that young man right there. Respects all around.
Oh, big out there for Sam Maul, who now faces the lefty DH Chase DeLauder. Sac fly his last time. He drove in the tying tally in the fifth. He's also reached on error and grounded out. Remember, to get that co-branded hat, you got to go to reds.com/specials to buy that ticket package.
I just like the fact that you're sporting the hat still up here.
Yeah, I committed to it. If things go off the rails in the inning, we're going to have to switch back to the other hat.
Of course.
Yeah.
I would assume tomorrow I'm going to see your 2.0 City Connect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably game 2 today as well.
Okay.
Until we might do the promo again. Then I'll switch. Different audience. Matinee for now, and then the night show to come. Rain out last night means 2 today. Long homestand for the Reds. Trying to make it 4 straight series wins out of the All-Star break.
It certainly has been nice to watch these guys put it together and win. You mentioned the home runs they hit on the road. I thought it was amazing, the fact that we were consistently putting runs on the board. And we've also got that team speed that we really haven't spoken about much this year. But when you got the team speed as well as the ability to hit the ball out the ballpark, That's why there's still a chance.
Line to center, 1 out hit.
Of course, with the pitching staff that we have. So am I saying that there's a chance? Absolutely, I'm saying there's a chance. It's not too early to look at the scoreboard.
And of course, one of the great unknowns for the sport, the trade deadline, August 3rd. Travis Bazzana has walked twice. He's also grounded out. Reds added at the deadline last year. Zach Littell was one of the big ads. Sam Maul was a deadline ad back in 23.
Always interesting this time of year. Organizations have to figure out whether or not they're going to be buyers or sellers. I'm sure there's a lot of conversations going on about potential guys. That's why when you see guys get hurt, I'm sure, or at least I heard, there was a lot of talk about Spencer Steer. So I'm assuming that those talks are off the table because of the injury, but you never know. It's good when people around the league want some of your players. It's not good when you're trading them all away because you're not playing up to expectation.
I think it's always also possible for any team to do both.
And that is correct. You always want to get better. Buy and sell. Sell and buy.
And you look at what Milwaukee's done, what Tampa's done, what Cleveland's done over the years. Oh, 2. And with how many teams are in the race with the expanded wild card era, how does that impact the deadline? I think the last few years we've seen a flurry right up near the wire, a little more so, but somewhat fewer dance partners. And so does that create its own extra leverage? Does that increase or lower value of certain types of players for certain destinations? I think it's a free market of trade, and the market kind of dictates. Bazzana fouls it away. Switch hitting Rocchio on deck. Into right field, base hit. DeLauder through second. Scoop by Blade. Throw to second. Left on left hit for Bazzana against Malm into the corners.
Well, Travis Bazzana, as I mentioned, I did see him a few years ago. I believe it was in Dayton. And his hit ability is his superpower. Hitting fourth at such a young age in the middle of this lineup. Not trying to hit it out of the ballpark. Just put another quality at bat up there, lefty on lefty.
Rocchio base hit his last time. Bunt yanked back. Strike 1.
Ball to strike, the batter's challenge.
ABS powered by T-Mobile. Cleveland loses a challenge. Just got the zone.
Cleveland's out of challenge.
So the Guardians have none. Reds have 1 for the rest of 9 innings. Bunt. Runner breaks from third. Maul backhand. Flip goes to first. Cleveland takes the lead. Rocchio squeezes home DeLauder, and it's 6-5 Cleveland.
A little bit of small ball right here. Rocchio showed it the first pitch. couldn't bunt that ball down in the bottom of the zone, but this one you see the pitch a little bit higher, more elevated, easier for him to put that ball on the ground. That was a safety squeeze. Got it down and executed the play.
Ball one on Manzardo is a grand slam. He's 1 for 3. So the Reds are going to have to climb once more. Cleveland pitching has retired 10 straight Reds. Last 2 runs in the game posted by Cleveland to take this 1-run advantage. Pizzana off second. Reds are expected to add Jose Franco as their 27th man. Game 2 of the doubleheader. It was unclear this morning if Franco would start or just be a bulk man, if they might use an opener. But that's got to be part of the calculus. Well, you know, Franco went 6 his last time at AAA. Has been at 80+ pitches for his last, I think, 5 starts at Louisville. He's the man expected to throw most of the innings for the Reds in game 2. Check swing. Appeal, no go. That's a walk, left on left, 2 on. Brief word now from UDF.
Every summer, we make peach ice cream with big chunks of peaches at our dairy. And every summer, it's gone, just like that. So grab some peach before the summer's over.
Matt Tracy out to chat. Chase Petty just got up in the Reds pen. Hunter Gaddis the same for Cleveland. Four straight successful plate appearances. DeLauder singled, Pizzana singled. RBI bunt ground out by Rocchio. And then Manzardo walks. Now the switch hitting Martinez, who's 0 for 3, trying to snap an 0 for 14 since coming back from a broken foot. Into left center. Friedel coming on hard. Gets to it on the dive.
Well, TJ Friedel had to go a long way. But he gets there and makes the play. Keep it at 1.
Toyota gives you more.
Reds and avocados from Peru have teamed up for a chance to win a new 2026 Toyota Tacoma SR or Reds VIP experience. To enter, scan the QR code on your screen. Register at reds.com/AvoReds. Be sure to follow Avos from Peru on Instagram. Hunter Gaddis is in. Big right-hander with a Bugs Bunny changeup.
That is a good changeup that he throws about 20% of the time. Basically pitches off his slider. He throws it almost 50% of the time. And the fastball sits about 95.
Swing and miss for Suarez, who is 0 for 3, 1 line out, 2 strikeouts.
I want to send a shout out to Leo Balcazar, one of our prospects, shortstop, second baseman down in Chattanooga. Told me he's listening today. Him and Cheo down there and getting it done.
And part of the Reds farm that's secured a playoff spot. The Reds have that locked up at Double-A and A-ball. And the Arizona Complex League team is in its championship series. Game 2 coming tonight.
It is good when you have teams in your organization that are winning. And a lot of promotions that we had guys that they won the first half in Dayton. They sent a lot of those kids up to Double-A. Had success there. You mentioned Arizona. Winning is a cultural thing. When you play, you expect to win. And you only expect that when you actually do win.
Nathaniel.
So shout out Leo. I call him Balky.
Like Balky Bartakovas?
Balky, that's it.
There's no way he knows what Perfect Strangers is, right?
No chance.
Nathaniel Lowe has doubled and scored. He's 1 for 3. What does he do best?
He does everything. I mean, his hit tool was his thing. Now he's playing multiple positions. As I said, he was a shortstop, now playing a little second base, a little third base. Strong. Had a knee injury, but rehab. Got his speed back, playing well. Keep an eye out for him.
We got a pinch runner, Ivan Johnson, who just rejoined the Reds from AAA when Spencer Steer went on the IL. He was in to run for the DH Lowe. Tyler Stevenson stands in. 2 hits, ribby double, run scored. Oh, and 1. The low hit snapped a string of 11 straight Reds retired. Oh, and 2. Johnson this year, AAA, had 11 steals, only caught a couple of times, 82 swipes in the minors. Nabbed just over 20 times. So it is certainly part of his game, even at the high minors, multiple years at AAA.